It's 105.1 The Bounce. I am, of course, am Lisha B from the all new Morning Rollout. And today I have the honor and privilege of talking to the man, the myth, the legend, the man who is all about social music. Grammy, Oscar, and Golden Globe winner, Jon Batiste. How you doing, Jon?
Ooh, I'm good, Lisa B. What's good with you?
What up, though? I heard that you talking about some big money, huh?
Yes, indeed. We got the tour. We in Detroit tonight at the Fox Theater. I'm so grateful to be here.
I am so grateful that you are here, and I'm so grateful to talk to you about this because I've been listening to you for a minute now, and this album, man, we've got so much to talk about. So I want to talk about first the actual title track, Big Money, because you repeat a line, might as well live for something you can feel. And I want to know, is that advice that you got from your grandmother or your mother, as you say in the lyrics? And if so, what do you actually live for that you can feel?
I live for faith. I live for family. I live for the artistry and the beautiful cultural inheritance of this music. And, over the stage at the tour, when you see the show, it says, this is under our tent, there's revival and joy. And I really believe in that. That power is greater than any monetary value. It's greater than anything that has come to us from the darkness of in extreme capitalism and all of the things that I'm talking about on the Big Money record about never selling your soul for silver and gold.
Right. I feel like especially right now in this climate that we're in, this song, but specifically the album is so necessary right now. And I was so shocked to hear that you recorded this with No ID in 2 weeks. Is that true?
Yes, No ID and we had a great conversation that lasted about 3 years before we even made music. And then it led to us going to the studio and we said, let's make something that feels like it's going back to the essence of recorded music, just a band in a room and everybody just breathing the same air, playing instruments, creating, singing, dancing together, and talk about real authentic topics, authentic situations, things that look like they can be universal over time, timeless, but also really relate to the time we're in right now.
Exactly. This album gave me the vibes of like Bill Withers and the Sam Cooks, but like also big band, but also insular in a way, because when in this album I feel like you're leaning more with how people should feel more than and like spontaneity of it all, especially with the fact that a lot of this recording, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that they are one takes. So
Oh, yeah.
how important was it for you during this process to capture the moment rather than like perfection?
Well, I mean, just thinking about the beauty of that recording style when you hear those records from Motown, or you hear Aretha Franklin, Amazing Grace, or you hear Bill Withers, or if you hear Nina Simone, or if you hear, all of those records were capturing that lightning in a bottle of a moment, of a performance. And I really feel like doing that today is such a beautiful expression. There's a lot of great things I love in music, and producing and all of that is amazing. And I have all kind of records that are like that. But I feel like right now I just wanted to get back to that core, that root truth. And the ancestors, they really created a blueprint for that. So I just wanted to check in with that.
It feels like the ancestors were real tapped in with you in this album, bringing all of the juju and good vibes to you as you and were writing this. So I also want to know about Lonely Avenue, because as a Ray Charles fan, I got very excited about this song. And I want to know your experience of taking something that has been done before. I don't want to say old because Ray Charles is timeless, but turning it into your own and also collaborating with a legend, Randy Newman. So how do you bring something who's already had its own touch, but add your own flair to it with Randy?
Yeah, I love that you said that. I believe we time travel with music. It's not old or new. It's you're taking the spirit that's always existed. Where all creativity comes from, this divine stream of super consciousness. It's our consciousness of one that all of us can tap into, and artists bring it down and make it into things, make it into songs, make it into albums, make it into to things that can be shared. So I feel like we were just continuing what Ray started when he recorded it. And Randy and I both, Randy Newman, we have a lot of connections. He has a connection family to Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
He's also someone who studied and loves Ray Charles as much as I do.
Right.
And it was a natural connection to say, let's continue the lineage of this. And the energy of the song is so powerful that I feel like it is timeless. It's not an old song. When we play it, it's like it's a brand new thing because it's fresh and it's always going to have that life force in it.
Exactly. And I feel like with the way that you have captivated and curated this album, I feel like it sits in a pocket where any certain person, no matter the age, demographic, or where they are in their life, they're going to be able to hit on something because there's heritage in this music. So why was it so important to you to go back to the roots and get into that heritage, especially right now in 2025?
Oh, we're in a time where a lot of the definitions of things and the history of things are being recontextualized. There's a lot of cultural repatriation and a lot of understanding of the past and a lot of redefining the things that were wrongly attributed to our past.
Mm-hmm.
And the music is a real cleansing force. It's a powerful force to really let us know who we are. And our cultural heritage in America is something that a lot of us are not fortunate to have grown up in places like New Orleans or Detroit where it's
right.
present in the air and they don't know it. So we have to be representatives of it and create music and create art that points to the truth of it. So it's really just like, we want to put the truth on wax.
Right.
And that's what we really want to do all the time. So especially now.
And you have done just that. I'm telling you, when I pressed play on this album, I knew it was going to be fantastic because, come on, it's Jon. But I didn't realize what it was going to, I guess, unlock for me. Personally, yes, I am in Detroit, but my family's actually originally from South Carolina. So a lot of what you were speaking about, I remember my grandparents and great-grandparents really talking and diving into. So for you, when you were creating this project, what was unlocked for you during this process?
Wow. I was just thinking about all of the experiences that I had growing up. I've played in a lot of incredible experiential environments like the Super Bowl,
right.
Playing in the Grammys or the Oscars and all these different things. But it brought me back to my roots playing in small rooms and in bar rooms when I was 14 or playing in clubs and playing in churches and playing in community centers, playing in gymnasiums, and that feeling that you get when you're not playing for money or attention. You're just playing because there's a fire that's lit in you and you're inspired and you're with your friends and family and you could just play the same groove for 4 hours. And everybody is just so locked in.
Right.
That magic, how do we capture that energy on an album? And how do we capture it, even though I'm in this phase of my life and career right now?
Right.
And I'm blessed to be able to share it and the platform is there. But how do we tap into that first love energy?
I feel like you definitely did that because this feels freeing. I don't know if that is the way that you interpret it, but it feels like you are able to let go and let that magic be real and like be very authentically yourself, not only you, but also the artists who are featured on this project. I just feel like everyone was able to just be authentically themselves as they were recording this.
Thank you for saying that. I really feel, anything that I do is not about me. It's never just a focus on me. I think about it like it's a lineage and we're part of the continuum. And I also think about it becoming this place where everybody in the band and all the special guests, anybody who's collaborating as a part of the album, the project, the show, whatever I'm doing, it's a safe space. And you come in and you're able to fully bring your full self to it. And you could express music, because I'm known obviously as someone who is going through genres, but I don't even think about it like genres.
Right.
I just think about it like the human spirit is so vast and there's so much expression that any one person has within that it can't be limited. And I like to create an environment where it's limitless potential for people who are part of it to just be able to express at any moment what they feel and connect to the source.
I love that. And I love how intentional you are about that. And speaking of intention, I do have to pick your brain about this. I know how incredibly musically gifted and just thought provoking you are. What do you do to like keep your skills up? Because like I know that you've done so much in your life. So how do you stay up to date? How do you stay challenged for yourself every day?
I learn from, obviously, we talk about the elders and the lineage, and that's a big part of it. But then I'll go in the other direction and learn from the ones who are coming up. And even just looking at the band that I have on the road right now, we've been touring since the end of August, and it's been an amazing journey. But I've been learning from my band. You know, there are people in my band 20, 21, 23. You know, there's half of the band is from the next generation. And, you know, now me in this age, you know, I'm used to being the youngest person on the bandstand for the last several years of my career. Now I'm not. I'm now able to learn, you know, from those who are 10 years my junior and their masters in training. And they have viewpoints that I hadn't thought of, or things that they're doing that I'd never heard before. And they're coming from different cultural contexts, and they're bringing their cultural lens to the music. So I'm learning from every generation as much as possible, and that's how I stay really up to date and stay fresh.
Well, I love that. I'm very, very excited to see the show because I feel like this album, while I loved listening to it in my headphones, playing it in the car, I feel like it's going to hit different when I'm actually in the venue with you. So what were you intentional about when it came to the show experience of creating this album?
I'm always thinking about the live experience because at the heart of what I do, I'm a musician. So we play, and we play live, and we play for people. And that's different than someone whose artistry is more rooted in the idea of a popular artist, or someone who is more recreating the record in the live show.
Right.
I'm not doing that. The record is one version, and then the live show, when you come to see it every time, it's different. It's one-on-one, and it's based on the energy that the people are giving us in the audience. And it's the venue. It's whatever the band is really checking out collectively, what I'm interested in at that time. All of those things factor into the show. And it's like you kind of, a lot of times when you watch the show, you're watching the next album being created in real time. You're hearing the music from the album that we're playing on the road, and you're seeing the next album come together in real time.
Wow. I never thought of it like that. That makes so much sense, not only for you, but other artists that I've seen, where you can kind of get a sneak peek of what era they're in currently. Because I can only assume that this project had been years or at least months in the making. So you're probably not technically in the same space as you were. So that does make a lot of sense, the way that you explain that.
Oh, yeah. You know how the process of it has been over a year before we recorded. And then when we recorded that 2 weeks, No I.D and I, we recorded over 2 weeks. It was a year in the making.
Wow.
And by the time we finished recording it, as an artist, I'm in a different place.
Right.
But the music has all of this power that comes from all of that preparation and thought and energy. So you're seeing that meeting where I am now. So it's this expression of something that is of the record, but it's also of where I am today, and it's pointing to the future of where we're going. So it's really, the live show is such a window into where it's going, while you also get the same power of the music from the album.
Well, I'm so excited to see the past and the present when we see the show. I have one final question for you, Jon, and you can take a second just in case you need it. If you could sit down with anyone at the piano, one of your ancestors, known or unknown, who would it be, and what song would you play together?
Wow. Tough. Okay. I think, wow, that's tough.
I know. You can name multiple
Piano.
if you like.
I mean, we talked about Ray Charles. I would play some blues with Ray Charles, or I would play Definitely Ray Charles will be on the top of the list. Duke Ellington.
Ooh, you and Duke would do something crazy.
Duke Ellington and I playing and really just connecting through the music. That'd be profound. I would be, yeah, that'd be one for
That would
sure.
have to be a live show for sure, because I would need to be in the building for that.
Yeah, yes.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Jon. I'm so excited for the show tonight at Fox Theater. Is there any last words that you want to share with the community about your album, Big Money, that is out right now?
I love you even if I don't know you, and I'm so glad you exist. Thank you for your energy, peoples, and I hope to connect with you sometime.
Thank you so much, Jon, for your time.
Yes, indeed. Much love to you.